Nipponichi Software has been on an interesting path where they decide to make indie-like titles. In 2014, localized in 2015, there was the bizarrely gruesome 2D puzzle platformer Firefly Diaries. In 2015, but localized in 2016, is my new favorite adventure horror game Yomawari. And in 2016, and localized recently, we have A Rose in the Twilight, which follows the design of Firefly Diaries, as it has no problems being gory despite the aesthetic, while also being a 2D puzzle platformer. Rose in the Twilight follows the story of Princess Rose as she reawakens from her slumber. What she finds from waking up, however, is that the blood-hungry curse of the Thorn has taken over the castle in the same way it has taken over her. To be cursed by the Thorns means to have your color and time torn away from you. Whether that means you die or become immortal are decided by the Thorns. Along the way, you meet a creature whom you simply call Giant, and the two of you explore the ruins of the castle together. The game doesn't have any real dialogue, and most of the text on screen are just hints at solving puzzles in front of you. The story is told in a ton of lore items, from books to diaries to people's memories. The more you collect, the more of the world you'll see. Memories in particular serves as the game's use of cutscenes. Exploring the castle feels like a weird dance. Early on, things are pretty simple. The Thorn's power enables Rose to take away an object's color. When that happens, the object, whatever it is stuck in place, even if it's in mid-air. The color you've taken is stored on the rose on your back. You can only take one object's color at a time, and it's gone once you moved on to the next stage. Once you've grasped that part, the game introduces Giant to you. Giant can pick up and throw objects as you continue the game. This is where the dance becomes apparent. Once you find Giant, Rose and Giant must leave every level together. That said, they're more or less always split apart in one way or another during a level, and you have to constantly switch between them to further advance until they eventually meet back up again. The puzzles themselves aren't hard, but the constant back and forth between the characters feels a bit more time consuming and causes some puzzles to drag on for longer than it really feels necessary. It doesn't help that the characters feel like they're taking their sweet time walking everywhere either. As a fair warning, do be very careful with Rose, as she is delicate as one. This Rose has no thorns and breaks very easily. If you can't see the bottom of a platform you're about to jump off of, I wouldn't suggest doing it. Even if you pan the camera to see it, odds are Rose will die and you'll have to start again from the last checkpoint. There aren't a lot of enemies in this game, as it's mainly just you and Giant. Rose can protect herself from enemies by taking their color away from them, thus stopping them from moving, or you can switch to Giant and throw them somewhere else, as they don't seem to bother him too much. But the moment one is on Rose, it's game over, although there will be times where the key to continuing is to actually kill Rose. If this game had to be summed up into one word, it would be the word dreary. Everything from the game's color design to even the music just screams this word. Due to the fact that the curse avoids things of life and color, practically everything in this game has a monochrome tint to it, including Rose herself. The only things that don't follow this color scheme are colored red. These red objects are what Rose and Giant can interact with. Naturally, if Rose takes away its color, then they can no longer interact with it until Rose gives back its color. As mentioned a bit earlier, the music in this game is remarkably somber, and if it's not somber, then there's no music to be heard. This is practically systematically designed to make you feel down while playing this game. Oddly enough, in terms of likes and dislikes, there's not really much to it. The game is simply average. Rose's animations right before she dies is cute in a really sad sort of way, and I love the aesthetic of the blood memories where everything is black with a red outline. Although the aesthetic of the game itself is a tad bit troublesome if you're colorblind. The game has no colorblind options either, so in a game that's already monochrome, the fact that the only color is red, and their marker indicators are also red, does no favors for anybody. As mentioned earlier, puzzles can also feel too drawn out at times as well. This game tries to say a lot by only telling you bits and pieces, which is perfectly fine. Everything about it feels very well constructed, as I've never had any issues of any kind. In the end though, while I wouldn't call this game boring, after I finish a session of playing it, it feels pretty forgettable. Which is kind of sad because I was ready to love this game like I did Yomawari. And that does it for our review of A Rose in the Twilight. To see the full written review, be sure to check out our website gaminggamma.com. A link will be provided down in the description bar below. Also, be sure to leave a comment down in the comment section below as well, letting me know what you guys thought of the review. And hey, if you're new to my channel and just finding me now, be sure to subscribe for future Let's Plays, reviews, commentaries, and more. And as always everyone, thanks for watching.